stressful, but it pays off.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And some room to work. And now running right through it. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. 20. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Texans have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays, there's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown, they're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and then hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll begin to drive with Howard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Runs over it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Or you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got some space here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And now here come the Cowboys. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott to throw this time. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. In there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Reset.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
On the handoff, this is Howard. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Come back. Down. Read.
3rd and long, it's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Second and 6, just inside the 30. A give to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A first down carry by Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 25-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. The give is to Elliott. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They pitch out to Howard. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal.
Reset.
On the toss play, Howard. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Prescott now on second down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Tiger. Come back.
After the interception, here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Come back.
On first down, it's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Demaryius Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. Breaks a tackle. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Second down, Prescott. He's going to air one out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Richmond.
They toss left to Howard. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And taken right on the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Here we go. All right, hey. Here we go. Get out. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a ball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
To throw on second is Watson. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the interception, here's Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football and testing everything.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Richmond.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Richmond.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Always got some great. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A give to Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They go with Howard again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Down. Back 22. Back 22.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Forced out to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Now it's Miller. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Howard taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
They'll get a first down and more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Prescott to throw this time. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. Intended that time for Cooper.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 37. Back to throw, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's Watson now on second down. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Third and long, it's Watson. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
Okay, folks, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott rolling to his right. And that's caught by Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down throw for Prescott. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer. Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta. That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A second down throw for Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Now in desperation. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now, Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got Fuller. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston,